Yes, yes, yes. It's Raphael Dawkins with the Combat Radio. And today we're looking at the news that Joshua versus Fury could be. Where's the graphic? Let's pull it up. 100 up to 100%, 150% more than usual. Most unfortunate. Highly unfortunate. Well, it's unfortunate for some, but good for some others. Depends on your position, your perspective. So today we're gonna delve into it. Delve into the report, the rumor, the speculation, all of that. All of that. Okay. So where are we? I'm still waiting for the notification to come through. First things first. Let's take this down and do a sound check. Where are we? Are we live yet? Are we officially live? Yeah, I see something. I see a notification. No, it's not the right one, but let's do the sound check. The notification to come through. Boom. Okay, sound check is good. Session is good. Session is nice. Let me put up a different picture while I go. Uh-oh, that's not the one. That won't work. Let's try again. Boom. Or is that better? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so now let me go and see if I can find what I've been looking for. OMG. Okay, let's line something up here. Let's line something up. What we got over here? Let's have a look. Let's have a look at this. As we prepare to delve into it and let people slide in and come on through. What is this here? Is this it? Okay. I think I have what I'm looking for. Let's check. Joshua found him in that very box. Boom, boom, boom. We got it. Okay. So, what's it looking like? Okay, so we're looking like a couple of people are trickling in. Still waiting for the notification, but let's go. Let's get into the warming video, allow people to populate the area, then we go straight to the jugular. How about that? Boom, boom, boom. Okay, that's it. Let's get the volume up. See, and it's made people feel some type of way. Did you see the video? And if so, did you feel offended?
I saw the video. What it is with it is I'm not one of those people who jump on bandwagons and try and jump on it. Like, I'm not one of those people who just so much trending, jump in on it. Sure. I'm not a sheep. I don't follow the crowd. I sit away from the crowd. I'm a standalone wolf, standalone jaw iron. So I don't just jump on something because, it's in fashion to talk about that person or give that person stick because everybody else is. Or might get some social media likes at the post a certain video. Listen, everyone does what they got to do. I'm sure AJ's got his reasons why he said what he said. And his concern is none of my business what he said. That's his own opinions, and everyone to their own opinions. It's one of those things. Sure, everyone's got their own opinions on every single thing. No one agrees on the same different things at the same time. So whatever his reasons were, he's done it. It's in the past, so moved on. I'm sure he's apologised if he's offended anybody. He actually did he? He actually said if you didn't like what I said, go yourself. So yeah, no apology necessary. But let's just say, I'm not pushing knives in or kicking anybody when they're down, but if it were been me who said it, don't shop in any black-owned stores or any Asian-owned stores or anything. They don't buy it from their businesses. Then I'd have been crucified by Jesus Christ. If it were been me who said it, don't shop in any black-owned stores or any Asian-owned stores or anything. They don't buy it from their businesses. Then I'd have been crucified by Jesus Christ.
Okay, the interview has not started. Well, we went through that the other night. Went through that the other night. So I don't think we have to go. I really don't want. We have to go through that again. I just want to pick out the spots of the interview where me old Mocha Fury was talking, and we're just doing this as a warming.
So yeah,
it's gone about right. Let's just continue with Tyson Fury's response to what Anthony Joshua said.
I just say that, well, good job it wasn't me. It never would be me, because to me, culture doesn't exist. That's the most diverse thing in boxing. So yeah, I suffered racism all my life. 32 years old in August. I'm from a travelling background, gypsies, hated racist people. It's the only race that's sort of acceptable to be racism towards these days. It's acceptable racism. Even the TV companies in this country like to be racist towards Trumpers. It's terrible. But yeah, I'm not personally who gives a damn about what colour somebody is or what background from or whatever. Because to me, everyone's the same. It doesn't really matter. Here's what it is. Well, I said, it's none of my concern or none of my authority what the people say. So I'm not really interested in what he says, to be fair. I'm sure it's those reasons. That's it.
Okay, so boom. I think we're gonna. That was funny indeed. Okay, so where are we? Let's get into this now. Let's get into the thing. Who have we got in here? Let's get the music back first and foremost. Boom. Okay, so what do you got here? I'm here, Brother Rafi. Yes. That's Tank Nation. Jameson comes in with, oh, damn. Have we had the notification yet? No, still no notification. That's not good. Okay, but Jameson comes in with yes, absolutely. Uncle Burnt apostrophe. Uh-oh. And James Jameson comes in with I think will be a common theme throughout this, which is that if it really does cost £50, as has been speculated, then, you're just going to stream it, which I think a lot of people would. So I think it would be, well, we're going to get into that, aren't we? We're going to get into that. We're going to ask that question. Okay, so flicking around here. What am I doing? Let me put the link into the chat in case anybody wants to jump on. We're here for a good time, not a long time. Boom. There it is. Okay. Buzz Lightyear comes, sheds a tear. It ain't good. It ain't good at all. Spare a thought for poor Rafi. Spare a thought for poor Rafi, who's gonna have to shell out for this shiznix. Okay, so the link is in the stream, and let us get directly into it. Okay, so what we doing? Keep that there. What else is up? Scroll down to this, and yeah, let's get that out of the way. Okay, so we got new graphics for you. We're going straight into it. Can't wait for the notification no more. A lot of people don't know we're live, but it's okay. Let's go. Let's do this. Right, what's the first button that I want to click? Is it this one? Might be. Let's have a look. What's up? Okay. Okay, well, let's do it that way then. Let's do it that way then, and we go to sources, go to some other sources in the meantime. In between time, let's get this thing. What is this? Why is there so much space? So I gotta make this bigger. You have to go up a little bit. How's it look now? A lot better. Well, I've got the emblem up there. Let's go bigger still. Holy guacamole. Let's line this up. Let's try and get this level. Okay, I'll accept it. I'll go with that. Okay, so let's take this down. And have a, let's take that down too. Okay, that's better. Right, let's get into this. Let's take a look at the first. Let's take a look at Exhibit A. Where is this? Oh, let me go full screen. Excellent. That's what I was looking for. How does that look now? Far better. Far better. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, so Exhibit A. Boom. What does that say? Boxing fans could be forced to pay a record PPV fee to watch Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. Okay, let us scroll along. Let's be systematic. Before the unification bout, AJ is first set to fight Kubrat Pulev, while Fury takes on Deontay Wilder in the third fight of their trilogy. Yeah, 3 fights, trilogy. Okay, if both are successful, then they will go on. They'll go one-on-one as part of a 2-fight package scheduled for 2021. But World Boxing News claims it could cost us more than ever before to watch that particular fight. They report a fee of between $29.95 and $49.95 will be considered. Now, let's pause there for a second. You'll recall that the standard PPV price in the UK is £19.95. That's standard Sky Sports, £19.95. That's like £20. You will also recall that for Joshua's rematch with Andy Ruiz Jr. over there in Diriyah, Saudi Arabia, the price for that was $24.95. It's £25. So it's a £5 increase on the standard £20. Okay, so £25 was the previous high. BT Sports, I think it was on BT. Was it on BT? Yeah, BT Sports. I think they were the ones who showed Wilder Fury 2. And they followed suit in putting the price up to £25, which didn't really make any sense because the Joshua fight in Diriyah was at least at a good time. It was even slightly earlier. It was even slightly earlier than a fight in the UK. So it was a good time. I think it was 8-9 p.m. UK time. So it was good. It was all good. Whereas Fury versus Wilder or Wilder versus Fury 2 was something like 5 a.m. in the morning. 5 a.m. in the morning. So I don't know the logic. I don't know the logic of them putting up £5 or anything at that time. That was a bit ridiculous. It was just monkey see, monkey do. I was following. So now it's going to go up from 25 to at least 30. Okay, can you swallow that? Well, it's almost double what it used to be. But yeah, I think people could just about swallow that like you're choking on a chicken bone. But apparently that's not enough. They're looking to see if they can stretch it out. If they can double their money, double the normal, double the higher fee, double the higher £25 up to £50. So they want to double the previous high. Looking at it, will people accept it? Will people accept it? I don't know. It's very strange because we're not having this fight over here in the UK. Highly unlikely. But if they charge this price for PPV, then maybe they should have it in the UK. It's going to have to be in the UK or once again back over there in Saudi Arabia. So it's at a suitable and a convenient time for the British viewer who are being asked to pay double the usual fee. So very, 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 very interesting. Where are we? Okay, so who's this? James Jameson says White ain't stepping aside. Well, this is 2021. How do I see that playing out? What the hell is going on here? White ain't stepping aside. Okay, so it's 2021. How do I see it playing out? Well, 2021, when this fight is projected. Fury v. Joshua. Where's my banner? Damn, I didn't make one. How inappropriate. But anyway, we'll get up to that in a second. So I see Joshua versus Pulev this year, end of this year. I see Fury versus Wilder, end of this year. That's the end of 2020. I then see early the first half of 2021 due to Dillian White's lawsuit. I think that's going to prompt the WBC to get into gear, to get their ass into gear. Mauricio Suleiman, El Presidente, to get his ass into gear and make the winner of Fury Wilder 3. I think he's going to have to mandate that they fight. I think they're going to have to mandate. I think Dillian White is going to get his just due. I think he's going to get his due with this legal case. I think it's going to focus minds and Wilder, I think he retires. Wilder, if he loses the third time, well, he's out of the mix. The only problem is if Wilder wins. If Wilder wins, then they could be talking about a fourth fight. So I see Wilder losing, and I see Fury facing Dillian White, even though it seems if he don't want to. I see Fury facing Dillian White in the first half of 2021. No rematch. Well, one-sided rematch. A rematch if Fury wins, but no rematch if White wins. Okay, that's how I see it playing out in the first half of 2021. I think the winner, who I expect to be Fury, out of the Fury Wilder trilogy, fights Dillian White. That's how I see it going down. Where is Troy? Says Troy. I think Troy's working. He's over in the USA. I'm over here in the UK, different time zones. I believe he's at work at the moment. Okay, so AD up in the building. I won't be paying £50 for any fight. We'll have to stream it. Yeah, they're being very, very silly boys. Very, very silly boys over there at Sky Sport and BT Sport. And that's another thing. Yeah, it looks like they're splitting the streaming. You can watch it where you want, either on Sky or a BT. But who's going to pay £50 for that? It's going to take £10. It's going to take 10. It's going to take 5 people in the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio compound headquarters. It's going to take 5 people at a tenner a head to watch that. And it better not be at no silly hour. They better not be playing silly buggers at no silly hour. For that kind of money, they got to put it on early evening. No messing around. I didn't buy because it was in Saudi. I didn't buy because, what's the difference if it's in Saudi? It was a good time, surely. The first fight was in Saudi, so that was a good time, surely. You didn't like that? Pay no more than £25 a score. Yeah, £25, that's a lot of money. I paid $100 for Mayweather. What? What do you mean? You're American? Are you an American guy? You're American? $100. $100. Damn. That's like what? That's £90 now. The exchange rate has closed up. Back in the day, it was $2 for the pound. Shizzle done change. Honestly, what's the rules on sharing the cost at home or to offer a cheaper option? What's the rules? What do you mean? You can have as many people in your home as you want, my friend. You can have as many people in your home as you want and split the costs. What's going on here? What's going on? What's going on? Like commentary with no images, I guess listen on a radio, perhaps. I don't want to pay that much on top of the landline, internet, TV box. Well, listen, Buzz Lightyear, there's a simple solution, my friend. And that solution is Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. All you do is you just make sure you come over here on that day, and we'll be streaming that. Well, not the thing. Not the images, of course, but we will be doing the live fight commentary. So you don't have to miss out on nothing. Nothing. See it all or hear it all over here on the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. So that would be the place I would recommend to you. Buzz Lightyear. What's going on here? What's going on here? Let me put the link in the chat again, just in case somebody wants to jump on. But we're going through it. We're chopping it up, mate. We're chopping it up. They want to take the fight out of the country for more money, but on top of that, they want to charge us. Well, that's my thing. That's my thing. If you want to take the fight out of the country, okay, that's on you. That's on the promoters. I mean, it's a UK. It's an all UK. When was the last time? When was the last time the UK has had an undisputed heavyweight title fight in the UK? When's the last time that's happened? I don't know. I mean, historically, it must have happened theoretically. Has it ever happened? Has there ever been an undisputed heavyweight title fight? Undisputed on UK, between two UK fighters on UK shores. Has that ever happened? I don't recall that ever happening. So fine, if they want to do that, if they want to take it away from these shores, which is poor form, very unfortunate, very shoddy. Very shoddy. If they want to do that, then fine. Not fine, but cool, go ahead. But then on top of that, to have the audacity, the barefaced nerve, the temerity, the gall, to then say, well, yeah, we're taking it out of the country because we want to get more money, and then we're going to charge you 100% more, 100% to 150% more as well. Because why? Because we want more money again. No. Take your pick. Take it out of the country. And have it at a standard price, like £20? If it's out of the country, £25 max, fine. Do that. We're not happy, but do that. We can accept that, just about. But then to take it out of the country and then expect people to pay a record fees never seen, never heard, never happened, never occurred before over here in the UK. For them to try and do that, I think that's very unfortunate, to say the least. It's just not cricket. Just ain't cricket. Let's have a look. Let's slide this along one. Oh, so what? 23 minutes and 53 seconds after I go live, I get the notification. Well, guess what? I bet that's better. I bet it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. Okay, so we moved it along. That could mean a 150% increase on the previous £20 record it cost for AJ's. No, that wasn't £20. They made a misprint. Sky, you need me over there. You need me over there to proofread your stuff. The previous high wasn't £20. The previous high was £25 for the Ruiz rematch over there in Doria. We all remember that. They're trying to trick us here, trying to think we're not paying as much. Come on, get your proofreading right, Sky. What's this here? White versus Fury is a 50-50 fight. Planning anything beyond that is foolish, says James Jameson. Yeah, I agree. It's 50-50. It's very close to 50-50. It's a contentious point and an interesting point, but ultimately, I concur. White versus Fury is a 50-50 fight. Yeah. I'd say maybe 51% in favor of Fury, but I do see that as a very close fight, no question about it. As we move on, scrolling on. Where does it say? Wilder wins. If Wilder wins, then he'll go. It's franchise against Ortiz. What do you mean? I don't get that. If Wilder wins, it's franchise against. Oh, you say that if Wilder wins, he's gonna go franchise. I don't think he'll get that franchise belt. I don't think the franchise option is there for Wilder. I don't think the franchise option is there for Wilder because he ain't no super champ. I think at one time it may have been a possibility, but he's not the money guy. If Wilder goes franchise, it don't make no sense for Wilder to go franchise because if he goes franchise, he's not really. I mean, what's the big fights for Wilder at franchise? What's the big fights for him? He's not going to fight Anthony Joshua. We know he wants no parts of Anthony Joshua. He's terrified of Joshua. Let's get that straight. Wilder is petrified. He's petrified of Joshua. Let's get it straight and let's get it in perspective. Wilder turned down 100 mil. Well, at least 80 mil to fight Joshua twice. That man is petrified. He wants nothing to do with Anthony Joshua. If he'd have signed with the Zone, he would have got twice the money he got for fighting Brazil. At least twice. And so I don't see no benefit in Deontay Wilder turning mandatory, turning franchise guy. What's the big fight? What's the big fight for Wilder at franchise? It's not Joshua because you don't want it. You won't accept it. You don't want that. It's petrified. What other big fights is there for Deontay Wilder if he goes franchise? What are the big fights for Wilder if he goes franchise? There ain't nothing. There ain't nothing. The only big fight out there for Wilder, other than Fury, is Anthony Joshua, and he don't want that work. Wants nothing to do with it. He's petrified. Okay, he got stopped. He got stopped on his feet by Fury. But the chances are he's going to get splayed out like a dead duck on the road. He's going to get splayed out like a dead duck on the motorway. You call it the freeway. We call it the motorway. So there's absolutely 0 point in Deontay Wilder going franchise, in my mind. Zero. Yeah, the HQ. You know the Combat Radio HQ. That place. Absolutely. To come here if you don't want to pay that £50. You come over here at Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. I may have some very large shades on, and if it catches the reflection of what's going on, it's not my fault. I didn't know, Gabna. It's not me. It wasn't me. Paying £50 on top of Sky Sports, etc. Nope. N-O. I think a lot of people are going to be going a different route, going to go the alternative route if they come in with this £50 malarkey. I don't think many people are having it, mate. Never. I mean, I'll have to do it. I'll have to swallow it. I'll have to swallow that bill. I know some good people around here who may chip in and help out. Yeah. I don't want nothing with White or what's his name? Deontay Wilder don't want nothing with White or Joshua, in my humble estimation. I don't see it. White wants Wilder in the most way. In the most way. White would disconnect him from his main server. White would disconnect Deontay Wilder from his main server. In my humble estimation. Yeah, get them crystal clear shades. I don't know. Is it clear? Is it clear? The clear one's going to be better, or would the dark one be better? I think dark shades. I think big, very big lenses. I think that might be the ticket. Wilder versus Ordinary Harrison, unfinished business. Boom. Franchise champion. Yeah, I'm telling you, I want to erase any doubt that was remaining after I fought Audley the first time. You know, some people said that I got lucky, but you know, I don't like that. It's a stain on my career, and we're gonna have to run that one back. I may even travel over to London for that one. I may travel over to London for the rematch with Audley Harrison. You know, he's a good guy. He's got a growing family, and you know, I like to support the fighters. And you know, sometimes fighters, you know, get forgotten. They get forgotten. But there's no way in the history of boxing a man of Audley Harrison's caliber, quality as a human being. A man like that should still be in the top 10, and I aim to rectify that when I give him the opportunity. I give him the opportunity to come up and, you know, right the wrong. I talked to him the other day, and he said, you know, I think I could beat you if I got the rematch. And I said, well, brother, you know, I'm not gonna stop your shine. So you know what? I'm gonna talk to Uncle Al, and we're gonna see what we can do. You're gonna make history, baby. We're gonna make history, baby. Yes, to this day. Let's go. Okay, so that was a hidden tape recording of Deontay Wilder talking to Audley Harrison on the phone, and so you never know if Mauricio Suleiman does capitulate and and make Deontay Wilder franchise. You know, we got some big things. We got some big things coming up in 2021 for Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Okay, so where we at? Oh, OMG. Okay. Dubois versus Chisora, who wins? You know, Dubois might be the truth. We have to let him get past, you know, he might be the truth. You know, remember back in the day when there was talk that he might have knocked down Joshua in training and nobody believed him? I don't know, man. He may have done it. Training's training, sparring, things happen. He may have done it. Daniel Dubois just might be the truth. I'm not one for rushing fighters. I like a slow, steady progression. You know, you climb the stairs one step at a time. If you're really talented, you can do 2 steps at a time. If you want to go to the 3 steps at a time, I don't know if I'd advise that. Right about now, Daniel Dubois is on the 2 steps at a time program, and it's working very well for him. Chisora ain't no punk. Chisora is like a fine wine. He seems to have got better with age. Maybe, I don't know, has he dedicated himself more? Maybe he has. Yeah. Wilder at the Chateau. Wilder's not at the Chateau. He's at the pool house. Wilder is in the pool house, but you know, he got that mic'd up and rigged wide for sound. Got the pool house wide for sound. Same Deontay Wilder. He's like a Tom girl. Dame. Wilder, who wins, Daniel Dubois or Filip Hrgovic? I told you, bro. I think Daniel Dubois is the truth. So, you know, I think he's gonna smack some of these people around. Concussive power, concussive punches. Hrgovic, his punch selection. I question his punch selection. A little bit labored. Daniel Dubois can get up in them guts. Can get up under him, up in them guts, punch him in the floating rib. Woof! Whip it over. Give him a temple shot. Let him feel the temple shot. See how you like that. What does EAP mean? Monique Thompson up in the building. I don't know if Monique's trying to send some codes over here. EAP. What does that mean, Monique? How do you do on this fine rainy afternoon? It's rain stopped though, but it's a bit muggy, but it's not cold. So that's a good thing. Okay, so where are we? Let's continue with this thing. Okay, so anybody who has just come in and hasn't heard the word, it's looking like AJ versus Fury set to cost up to 50 pounds. 50 pounds. And the question is, are people going to swallow it? are people gonna swallow it? Monique coming up with the excuses. She was trying to type in some kind of Morse code. Oh my gosh. Hope you're well over there, Monique. Where are we? Where are we? Let's take that down. There you go. 50 pounds. That's what they're talking about. That's what they're talking about. Okay, let's continue. Let us continue. Would you swallow it? That could mean 150% increase on the previous 20-pound record. It wasn't the previous 20-pound record. It's 25-pound record. It cost for the AJ rematch with Andy Ruiz Jr. and Fury versus Wilder 2. Well, it was Wilder versus Fury 2, wasn't it? They monkey see, monkey do. They jumped on the bandwagon. Okay, boom. And that's the end of that. So let's stop sharing that and what the hell's that? Let's get an image up for goodness sakes. Matter of fact, let's take this back from the beginning. Leave it paused there and stop sharing. Okay, so where are we now? Where are the comments? They're over here. Mugging off real boxing fans. They're taking the PP, mate. They're taking the piss, as they say. Monique Thompson up in here. What's this? Ebb's African friend. Dubois seems a little pressured, went on the back foot. So I think Joyce will be a good test. Joyce will be a damn good test. Will it be England, UK, or Saudi, or another country? I think it's highly unlikely that it's going to be in the UK. But if they're putting that kind of money up, if it's going to be that type of money up for the PPV, then it better be in the UK. If it was abroad, if they're definitely having a laugh. They're definitely having a laugh, taking the mickey out of the boxing public. If it was overseas, then what should it be if it was overseas? If it's overseas, then I don't see why it couldn't be 25 pounds like the last one was. If it's in the UK, then I still don't see why it shouldn't be 25 pounds like the last one was. I don't see any argument for a 50 pound. I don't see an argument for a 50 pound PPV. I just don't see it. Sorry. I just don't see the argument. Download the Dan's app now. Where is that coming from? Is that on the, oh yeah, it is. It's over there. It's over there. Okay. So where are we? Where are we? I'm going to drop that link in there again as we touch on some more comments. Joyce is a big, strong unit. I agree. Good test at that level, 100%. Saudi's a terrible country. There are iniquities going on over there. There is no doubt about that. You know what I mean? You gotta get the human rights up over there. Gotta do some work on the human rights. Okay, so where are we going now? Let's move on. We've had Exhibit A. Let's stop sharing that. And let's move on to Exhibit. Where are you gonna go? Exhibit B or Exhibit C? What are you gonna do? Exhibit A or let's go Exhibit C. Exhibit C now becomes Exhibit B. Yeah. And let's share that. Let's share that with you on this lovely, slightly muggy Thursday. Is it Thursday? Yeah, it's Thursday afternoon. And remember, we got Junior Jones, two-time world champion, up in the building. Beat Marco Antonio Barrera. Two-time. Was a two-time champ. He's up in the building, 9 p.m. UK time tonight, Thursday. What's the date? Thursday, the 18th of June. Junior Jones. Matter of fact, rat-tat-tat-tat, let's just show you the flyer for that in case you have not seen it. Where is it? I'm pressing a lot of buttons around here. Is it there? Is it there? No, I haven't uploaded it. Okay, you'll see that. You'll see that tonight. But in the meantime, let me share this with you. Exhibit B. Let's go. Yeah, there it is. Is that it? No, that's not it. Boom. Let's try again. There's something else. Let's go again. Two-time. All right. Okay, so I think we're good. Let's just tidy this up a little bit. Yeah, okay. Okay, so Anthony Joshua back to beat. Oh no, that's exhibit. Oh, I've gone too far. Let's bring that back. That's the wrong exhibit. I'm showing my hand here. Didn't want to show you that just yet. Too many windows. Let's go through a square window this time. Okay, so I think you can see that. This is from WBN. I don't know if I trust them. Sometimes they're on the money, sometimes they're not. But okay, let's go. So there's been a big hullabaloo. There has been a big hullabaloo this week with the furore surrounding a possible fight between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury in 2021. Okay, so where are we? All right, so the fanfare accompanied a 50-50 agreement between both sides, despite the fact nothing is signed. And no finer details have been thrashed out. Joshua and Fury fans are rubbing their hands with glee at the prospect of a UK clash probably taking place in the Middle East and potentially costing more on British pay-per-view than ever before. Okay, so it's now understood that a fee between £29, or else shall we say £30 and £50 will be considered for the first time on Sky Sports and on BT Sports. The most paid prior to Fury versus Joshua was last December when the latter took Andy Ruiz Jr. on in Saudi Arabia. Fury versus Wilder 2 was at the same price in February. Both times, punters were asked to pay over £20 for the privilege. Pay £25. It wasn't he £25? I'm pretty sure he paid £25 for that. Everybody's saying £20, but I'm pretty sure I paid $25. That kind of charge was previously unseen for a boxing match involving a UK fighter before 2019. But for Fury Joshua, or Joshua Fury, promoters on both sides are already calling it the biggest heavyweight fight in British history. That cost is 100% higher. Due to the persons involved and the fact that they are holding all the title belts on offer in the division, the top division, the UK boxing fraternity will need to get used to the fact they will be asked to pay at least £30. That's a whopping 50% increase on the usual sum. 50%. Although the likelihood is that the price could be even more. Okay, so talk of Joshua and Fury walking away with 70 million each from the first bout alone is enough to expect the worst in regards to the cost. It's also quite feasible that Joshua and Fury may even be made available to purchase the contest as a pair. What? Purchase the contest as a pair? This would be an unprecedented move. So what they're saying is that you buy one ticket for Joshua Fury, you could buy two. You could buy it for the first fight and the second fight. That's kind of crazy. What the hell's going on? Or are they talking about the PPVs? That's kind of crazy. That is kind of crazy. So what's going on over here? What's going on? I want to get this a little bit bigger even. No, that's not going to work. Let's get it a bit smaller. And smaller still. Okay, so the rising UK cost of PPV. In the 90s, it was £9.99. In the thousands, it was £9.99 up to £15.99. In the 2010s, it was £14.99 up to £24. And in 2020s, it's £24-25 minimum up to what? Yeah, that's the question. That's the vexing question. Dime. Highly unfortunate. Let's go and let's have a look here. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look here. What's going on? What's going on? So let's get rid of that and get this showing. I'll show you this. Okay, that looks better. So let's get into the comment section. What is this? Okay, so Ebbs. If the Fury versus Wilder fight is not made by February, Fury should fight White. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. No question. I think they're contractually obliged to have, I think Fury and Wilder are contractually obliged to have that fight before the mandatory shot, before Dillian White's mandatory shot is due. I think that could be something he's looking into, putting into place legally with his legal move against the WBC. We're talking about Dillian White's legal move against the WBC. Okay. How much money are they hoping to generate? Well, they're looking at 50 pounds per pay-per-view. They're looking at 70. They're looking at 70 mil a piece. If that's a 50-50 split, they're looking at 70 mil a piece. So if it goes down to half of that, 25, then what are they looking at? 35 mil a piece. 35 mil a piece minimum. 25. But then, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Jose Pedraza is the main event tonight. Well, yeah, tonight. That's over there in the USA. Yeah. I'll be interviewing what's his name? Junior Jones over here tonight, 9 p.m. UK time. Over there in the America. So no. Pedraza fight has been cancelled according to Eric Rosas. Damn. His opponent team member tested positive for the COVID. Damn. Will BT be involved? Yeah, it's going to be a 50-50 split with BT. It's going to be Sky and, well, they're talking about over here in the UK, Sky and BT. And, 50-50 split. Well, yeah, I think that's how it's going to work out. So that's how it's going to work out. Well, no, I don't know if it's going to be 50-50 split for Sky. I don't think Sky are going to be paying BT any money, but I mean, the fighters will get paid independent of who they are signed with. So it's not like BT are going to have 25%, 20% of the viewers, and Tyson Fury just gets 50% of the 20%. Well, yeah, I suppose that's how it's going to work out. If BT get 20% of viewers and Sky gets 70% of viewers, what, 80? Yeah, 80% of viewers. Then each fighter will get 50% from each platform. So Joshua will get 50% from BT as per his earnings, income, and then Fury will get 50% from Sky, or his 50%, the 50% of the purse from Sky if they're going 50-50. So yeah, it don't matter to the fighters which platform people opt or choose to view it on. It'll still be 50%. Whatever their split is. Okay, so what we're saying here, probably putting feelers out, see what the public are prepared to pay. Yeah, 100%. I think that's what's going down right here. That's what we're seeing. They're putting feelers out, seeing what the outrage is going to be like. At what point? What's the price point? How much can we squeeze them? How much can we squeeze them before their pips squeak? How much? Just how much can we squeeze them? I think that's going to be the question. I don't understand why this damn thing at the side here won't go away. Why don't it go away? I'm trying to move it along. Let's have a look, see if there's anything I can do down the bottom here to shift it over. No, just won't play ball. Can't get the adverts out of the way, no matter what I do. Let's bring this down a lot. Okay. And you see the pay-per-view prices of days of yore. Okay, so where we at? It was free in the 90s. In the 90s, I guess in the first half of the 90s, it was free. And then that's when Sky came in, isn't it? So then at some point it changed. Changed to $9.99. I go to my sister's pub to watch it instead for free. Yeah. Is your sister going to be showing it at 5 a.m.? Monique, is your sister going to be showing it at 5 a.m.? You know, we could set up the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio thing down at your sister's pub. And we could all watch it together. How about that? I find it strange that Wilder hasn't replied back to Fury recently. All Fury ever quotes is smash. All he ever says is smashing Wilder. Yeah, Wilder's probably suffering from PTSD right now, post-traumatic stress disorder. Can't be easy over there. I think he's staying on his compound by the lake, by the river. Oh dear. Don't tell me you're backing out the deal, Monique. Don't do it, Monique. Don't do it. No, I'll be here at the HQ, Raphael Dawkins HQ, and that's how it's going down. That's how it's going down. Is there anything else for us to chop up on this topic? Let me get rid of that. Let me stop sharing that thing there. Let's see. Is there anything else? Is there anything else to chop up? Chop up on this topic. Oh man, I just seen something funny in the background. Okay, so yeah, I think where are we here? Let me share this. I think that's a done deal. I think that's a done deal on the AJ versus Fury front. Then that's a done deal. Why am I sharing that? Why am I sharing the YouTube screen? Let's stop that. Let's share something different, shall we? That's a done deal. Okay. What am I looking for here? I know I'm looking for something very specific. Okay, I found it. Okay, let's get through the last few words in the chat before we change position. Let's get through the last few words in the chat before we change position. Okay. Boom. Link is in the chat. Monique's going to let me know. Monique's going to get back to me and with a final answer. John Daly up in the building. The Pedraza fight was cancelled because somebody in the opponent's team, they had the COVID or they've been diagnosed. Yes. One of the opponent's team has been diagnosed with the COVID. So that's unfortunate. That's not going to be going down tonight. Not going to be going down tonight as was planned over there in the US of A. It's not going down. And as we slightly move from position, I better just recap. Let everybody know what we've been talking about. It's been AJ versus Fury PPV to cost 100 to 150% more in the UK. Where are we? Where's the graphic on that? Let's share with you the graphic on that. We keep on moving. We keep on sharing. We keep on showing you. We keep on showing you what's going down. Am I sharing? Are we sharing? Are we good? Should be seeing the graphic right now. Let me get this damn banner out of the way. And let's replay this. Let's just show this for the people who have just come in to the chat. It's highly explanatory. For those who haven't seen it before, boxing fans could be forced to pay a record PPV fee to watch Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. Before their unification bout, AJ is first set to fight Kubrat Pulev while Fury takes on Deontay Wilder in the third fight of their trilogy. If both are successful, then they will go on. They'll go 1-1 as part of a 2-fight package in 2021. Link is in the chat for anybody who wants to jump on. We're not here for a long time. We're going off soon. Okay, but World Boxing News claims it could cost more than ever to watch that. They report a fee between £30 and £50 to be considered. That's 100 to 150% more than the previous high, than previous figures. That could mean 150% increase on the previous £20 record. Well, the record is 25. I'm pretty sure I paid 25 for Joshua versus Ruiz 2. And I'm pretty sure I paid 25 for Fury or Wilder versus Fury 2. So the figures off. The £20 there, I'm pretty sure it's 25. Can I get a witness? Can I get a witness? Okay. Boom. Boom, boom. All right, so back into the chat. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, there's a flat earth guy, kind of crazy. Flat earth proved to us, yeah, flat earth guy saying that AJ was racist because he said that people have to support their own community. Some kind of idiots out there. Some kind of buffoons. Buffoons, that's what we call them. Buffoons. Ross Clot up in the building. Mostly everyone is betting on Fury to win by knocking out Joshua. Did you hear Saunders claim a crazy bet to Hearn for Fury to beat AJ? Yeah, it was 25. I'm pretty sure it's 25, but everybody's talking about it was 20. It's 25. It was 25. Yeah, I heard that. I heard what's his name? I heard BJ Saunders talking. He's going to put up how much money? We'll see. But I think we've chopped that up. Okay, so we're going on to where did that appear from? Saunders' next fight. Yeah, his next fight fee. He says he's going to put that up. Yeah, well, I suggest you keep your money in your pocket, my friend, because anything can happen in this game. So, okay. So we've chopped that up and we move on. We're going to finish in a soon, very, very soon, but we move on to the second. John D. Lee up in the building. How do you do, John?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Raf.
Wicked, mate. Wicked. Deep breathing, deep sea diving. It's all good.
I can't cope with the idea of this £50, Raf.
It's that exhale.
It's messing me up.
I think it's messed everybody up. It's kind of crazy out there. What do I want to do with this screen? Yeah, that's what I want to do. With the screen. Look at the picture.
Is it a World Boxing News article?
There's a number of sources. World Boxing News is one of them. I've already said that they're hitting
one from Sky. Yeah, I know you know how reliable.
Yeah.
Have we seen one from Sky or BT?
Yeah, there's one from Sky. There's one. Hold on. Let me just clarify that. Hold on. Let me go. Hold on. Let me just make sure that what I'm saying is correct. I think I saw one from Sky, but let's just. As a matter of fact, let me share my screen as we do this because it's the easier way. So if I share the screen, then you can see what I can see. Do you see what I see? Give me a couple of seconds. So let's share that. So this is the world. Let me make sure I'm sharing. The birds are going crazy
I
out here in
can't
the
see
streets.
anything about it on Sky Boxing
Okay.
News. That's all.
Right. So okay. So this is the WBN. You can see on your screen. So let me retrace my steps. Let me retrace my steps. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. You should see this as well. So what we got the Sun there. That's the Sun's talking about it. That was 3 days ago when the Sun first mentioned it. World Boxing News have talked about it. Oh, so it looks like it came out on the 17th of the 6th in the World Boxing News, whereas the date is the 18th. Okay, so it seems like the Sun reported it before WBN. Let's go again. Give me sport. Give me sport.com. They commented on that 3 days ago. No, that's second. What? Deontay Wilder versus no. Eddie Hearn on Joshua Ruiz. No, that's old stuff. Yeah, so a number of who's this here? The Sports Bible. That was
It's not on BT's website either.
I can't see it on BT's. I can't see.
No.
Have I seen it on Sky? No.
Because it's making me wonder if journalists are just writing stuff for the sake of it. We're so far away from this fight happening.
Yeah, that is true. What I think is that remember the last time. I think this is a replay of the last time. Before they put the prices up, there was talk about the prices being put up. I think this is just a feeler.
Do you think this is a cushion in the blow, so they've put it at 30?
Yeah, I think it's the same thing they did with the 25. If you remember, there was unofficial reports it was going to go to 25 before it was become official. And I think this is the same thing. Listen, these guys have a shelf life, and the guys who manage them have a duty. One could argue to maximize their earning capacity, and on a situation like this, where the broadcasters have the public by the ghoulies, I think it's an ideal time for them, not for us, for them to put the price up. And
it's whether they go that far, though.
It's ridiculous. It's crazy.
Well,
but,
for me,
yeah,
the amount of times I've heard Eddie Hearn say they're not selling pay-per-views in America because the price is too high.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and there's always that sweet spot where it's cheap enough for everyone to buy it.
Yeah.
So you sell more, so you actually make the money. Because if you overprice it, the sales will go down so low it wasn't worth putting the extra money on in the first place.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much what happens in America. It's like they've got like what does $80 equate to these days? About £70.
Probably 70 £70.
Yeah. They're making less money off their pay-per-view than AJ is off his because he sells so many more. I mean, he's got to sell a lot more. What was the numbers on Wilder Fury 2? Did they crack the million, didn't they?
Officially just under 1 million. People say it could have crept over the million.
Okay. But they spent a lot of money on the promotion of that, didn't they?
Hell of a lot of money on the promotion. Hell of a lot of money on the promotion.
Because for me, it's going to be a real sickener if they take the fight out of the UK and stick it to everyone on the. I can live with them taking the fight out of the UK.
It's one or t'other. Do one or t'other. One or t'other.
Yeah, but to hit you from both sides.
Yeah, you can't be hitting on both sides, my man. That's spit roasting. They're trying to spit roast. They're trying to spit roast the British public. The British public will not be spit roasted.
I'm sure there's rules against that, Rafi.
I think it was made legal by Jeremy Thorpe. I think, I'm not sure. But anyway.
I'm not getting into that.
I remember being a kid and hearing about Jeremy Thorpe.
I'm sure you grew up in the church, Raf.
I said, what they're doing? They're talking about Jeremy Thorpe was found in a field. What late at night in a park? What they do?
That'll happen. That's what happens if you try and engage in those kind of actions.
That's what happens when you try to spit roast the British public. That's not totally unacceptable.
Yeah,
totally,
it's not okay.
It's not British. It is not British. Churchill would not approve.
Let's not open that tin of worms.
Let's not open up. Let's not open that.
I don't want to get started on
private schooling. Let's not go there. Let's not go into boarding schools activities. No. Get your kids at home. Get your kids at home. Okay. So, got some jokes going on here. Our American friends might have missed a few of them. What's going down? What are people saying in the chat? So I think let me just put the banner up in case anybody's unaware, in case there's any ambiguity whatsoever. Before I go on to a very quick second thing, which will
that banner scared me, Raf.
Which one?
I thought it was initially saying 100 to 150 pounds.
Dang, well, it might as well be. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous what they're talking about.
I'm sure. Didn't they talk about it being more than 25 when they put it up for AJ Ruiz? Didn't they try these sort of shenanigans?
Could have done. It's a similar strategy. It looks like a similar strategy.
Well, if they get everybody up in arms that they're paying £50, and then they say the price point is £30, everybody will just pay it.
Yeah, I think that's the strategy. I think that's the plan.
I can see him sticking another £5 on it because they're probably going to squeeze that.
25 to 35. My prediction is going to be 35. That's my prediction. You heard it here on first. You heard it here first on Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio.
You're wrong, any more than 30, I'm going to be a bit peeved.
Yeah, but you know what, John? Look on the bright side. Look on the bright side. People can always come here to Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio and hear the live commentary. That's the I may. Someone's promised to buy me some extra large sunglasses. So when I'm looking at the screen, I don't know what the consequences are. Could people look into the lens?
Raf. I'm still trying to work out a way to go to Saudi or wherever it is.
Damn. I think the COVID's put the kibosh on that, mind you.
Yeah, but it's going to be it's a way off. I think he's going to have to fight Usyk, and I think Fury's going to have to fight Dillian first.
Yeah. I think that the way it's looking now, Fury's going to have to fight Dillian White in the first half of 2020. That's the way it's looking to me. But let me get on with some of these comments before we briefly move into a second topic, which will close this out. But let me just make sure everybody's up to speed, knows what's going down. Where are we? 25. Fury's next fight. AJ won't be as easy as Wilder was. There we go. Everybody's saying that, that's a big thing that people are overlooking. Fuzzy is here says, makes me laugh. Everyone knew Wilder was a bum, but now Fury is a world beater for beating a bum. Let's talk about that. That's a very good point. Let's talk about that. Okay, so Fury beat Joshua. No, Fury beat Wilder. And everybody, Wilder picked Fury. Wilder should have fought Dillian White. He delayed that for years. Still delaying it to this day. And then he could have fought Anthony Joshua. He put the kibosh on that too. 2 fights, 40 million apiece. Okay, remember, it's speculated that he earned 28 million against Fury. Bear in mind, Wilder has a plethora of managers to feed, trainers' fees. So he's paying out of that 28 mil. How much of that would have gone on tax? At least how much? 14, at least 50%. Let's say
UK, that's 50% easy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 50% easy. So let's say he walks away with 14 mil, but he's only just paid the tax. So 14, let's be generous. Let's say he walked away with 16 mil, but the tax is gone. Now he still has to pay his managers, his promoter. I mean, what does that take? 25%? I'll pay like 25%. That's like, so for every 10 mil, he's paying out 2.5. Okay, so 2.5 plus 2. That's what? That's 4.5. Let's call it 4 for. Let's call it 4 for Al. So it's gone down from 16 mil to 12 mil. Then he's got to pay his plethora of managers and handlers. So he's gone down from 16 mil to 12 mil now. So How many mils does he pay out to everybody else? It's gone down to 12 mil. So if he walks away, if he has to pay 4 mil and walks away with 8, then he'd be a lucky man. So out of all of that, Wilder probably walks away, according to Raphael Dawkins' Combat Radio economics class, walks away with $8 million. Of course, with the tax, he can get tax breaks and whatnot and whatever, you know, he can pay a lot of that out to charity, etc., etc. So, yeah, but anyway, if he walks away with 8 mil, he's a lucky man. 28 mil. So, yeah. So 28 mil is his starting point.
They are actually
40 mil.
Raf, their taxes in America, they don't like paying tax over there.
No.
It's only 33% on $1 million in America.
Oh, 33% on $1 million.
That would leave him with 18,480,000
before he pays out his people.
Yeah, before he pays his people out.
Okay, then. So we're looking at him walking away with around 10 mil, around 10 mil, 11 mil, around 11 mil. He walks around with 11 mil. That's still nice, but you know, he could have been fighting Joshua for 40, walking away with what 360. He could have been walking away with 30 mil. Pre-tax, after tax, sorry, he could have been walking away with 30 mil after tax, pay all his people. He could have been walking away with 20 mil. So he's ended up walking away with half of what he could have done.
The tax on 40 million would leave him with just over 27.
20 mil? With how much? 20, how much?
Once he paid the tax on 40 million, he'd have 27,300,000 left.
Wow. 27 million. 27 mil.
So that would have been virtually his full purse.
Wow. Breaking revelation, breaking news on Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. Deontay Wilder. Let me just write this down as a timestamp so I know exactly where it is. Let me write it down in the new banner so I know exactly where it is when I come to it, if I do decide to make this thing time-stamped, although it's short enough not to be time-stamped. So Wilder would have walked away from the Joshua fight, the AJ fight, after tax with as much as he earned. It's going to be too long. Pre-tax for the Fury 2. Okay, so and let's do the spell check on that. And from boom. Okay, so facts. The cold reality is that Deontay Wilder would have walked away from the AJ fight after tax with as much as he earned pre-tax for Fury 2 fight for the edit that for the boom. So let that sink in, folks. Let that sink in. That's crazy. Wilder would have walked away from the AJ fight after tax, after paying tax, with as much as he earned pre-tax for the Fury 2 fight. Around that ballpark figure. Let that sink in. That's a very sobering thought. Just like the music. Very sobering. John D. Lee.
Yeah, it's only a quick one. Troy's asking for a link in the chat.
Where's Troy?
He's in the chat.
Drop the link, Raphael. Drop the link. Hold on, where is he? I see him there. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, I'll drop the link, but he hasn't dropped me the link that I asked him for. I asked him to drop me something. Yeah, drop me the Troy, drop me what I asked you to drop me first, because I've been asking you for that for a couple of days. Yeah, so drop me what you're supposed to drop me and respond to the WhatsApp message that I sent you this morning. Yeah, first. Okay, so we're
So we're breaking down the fact that Tyson's the betting favourite to KO Joshua currently on the back of him beating Wilder. Well, I can understand why he's the favourite because he's coming off a convincing win. But it's hard for me to try and keep this without the fact saying anything about the fact that I think Wilder's been extremely protected, and in my opinion, and other people disagree, they consider Ortiz in Brazil credible opposition, which I don't. The first time he's fought a genuine top 10 guy, he's got demolished. So I haven't seen any proof to show me that the other top 10 guys wouldn't do that because he hasn't been beating them. If you consider Ortiz to be a top 10 guy, I don't really understand what it's based on because his best win is Bryant Jennings. He'd laboured to victories against like a 42-year-old, possibly older, Tony Thompson. Looked terrible against Malik Scott. The Dave Allen fight was poor. Christian Hamer fight was terrible. So, talking about Ortiz being this killer, I don't understand what it's based on other than potential eye test of someone having a southpaw stance at heavyweight and having some skill. I mean, it's not like he's got no skill, but he's just slow. He's got slow feet. There's no proof in punching power for me from Ortiz.
No.
So, other than that, Bermain Stavern, he was an active champion. But
Bermain Stavern was an active champion, yeah.
Probably he fought Chris Arreola to get that championship for a vacant belt. And his feet are some of the slowest feet out there. Yeah. I'd love to see a running race. Well, no, I actually don't want to see it. I just want to see the time of him versus Andrew Ruiz over a 50-yard dash. Because they're not quick guys, are they? They might have not with the feet. Andy might have quick hands, but his feet don't move.
100%. And so I think that leads us into the final part of this. And let me share my screen with you for perhaps the last time on this particular stream. Remember, we got Junior Jones, two-time champion, beat Marco Antonio Barrera twice. Remember the same guy who beat what's his name? Nassim Hamed. Yeah, well, Junior Jones beat the guy who beat Nassim Hamed twice. So that's Junior Jones tonight at 9 p.m. UK time. But before that, let's go. Let me pick the right link this time. Anthony Joshua. Okay. Pretty sure this is the right link. Let me see. Am I sharing? Okay. Yeah. So let's go. Okay. So Anthony Joshua is being backed to beat Tyson Fury, but only if he catches the Gypsy King cold. Unified champion Anthony Joshua 30 and WBC king Fury 31. Can you believe that they're so close in age? It's like Fury seems to have been around forever.
Yeah, well, he didn't really go down. He didn't really spend any time as an amateur, did he, Fury? He went pro early.
Yeah, he went pro early. So Joshua 31, Joshua 30, Fury 31 have verbally agreed to a 2-fight deal next year to secure a historic undisputed title decider. Okay, so Joshua has been tipped to beat Tyson Fury by Tony Bellew. Okay, and let's get into that story before we say sayonara. Okay, so Fury and Joshua have agreed a 2-fight deal for next year, assuming Fury beats Wilder in their trilogy fight. And former world champion Tony Bellew has backed pal Joshua to win the Battle of Britain by early stoppage, but warns it is Fury's game if the fight reaches into the second half. Okay, so Bellew told Gary Newbon. Gary Newbon, is he still alive? Do you remember Gary Newbon from back in the day? Is that guy still alive? Good Lord.
He's fighting a good fight, Raf. He's
fighting a good fight. Gary Newbon. I haven't heard of him in years. I find it hard to believe it's the same guy. I think he would jump on Tyson Fury, and I think he would catch him pretty quickly. But don't get me wrong. If that fight was to go past 4 or 5 rounds, I think Anthony Joshua would find himself in an awful lot of trouble. He has to get rid of someone like Tyson Fury and solve that puzzle. And the enigma is Tyson Fury quickly. What? Puzzle and enigma. And the enigma, that is Tyson Fury quickly. Because the more the fight goes on, the harder it becomes. Okay, we've got the stats here. Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. Tyson Fury 31, Anthony Joshua 30. Fights, Fury 31, Anthony Joshua 24. Wins, Fury 30, Anthony Joshua 23. Losses, 0 to Fury, 1 for Joshua. Draws, 1 for Fury, 0 for Joshua. Knockouts, 21 apiece. So he's got 8 more fights and the same amount of knockouts. But I think, in my humble estimation, Joshua has overall fought the sturdier opponents. That's something we can chop up another day. I think we've already chopped it up before, but we can chop it up another day. Okay, so height 6'9" versus 6'6", so he's got a 3-inch height advantage. Does Fury? Weight 19 stone 7 pounds, 16 stone 13 pounds. So what's that? 3 stone 2.5 stone.
That's just after the last fight, though.
That's just after the last fight. Was Fury so heavy? 19 stone 7 pounds.
Yeah, he was 270 pounds, wasn't he?
Still
he intentionally came in heavy. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. He came in heavy, didn't he? The previous fight.
This is go through the stats and we'll chop this up, Raf, because
yeah,
we've got a few things to say about this.
Yeah. WBC Ring Magazine. That's the the belts. WBC Ring Mag and the Ring Magazine for Fury. WBA, IBF, WBO, IBO for Joshua. Stance both orthodox, and nicknames Gypsy King and Anthony and AJ. Yeah, what are you going to say, John?
Well, the weight is an interesting thing because AJ's coming at over 18 stone in the past, and his stamina didn't look great, particularly in the Vlad fight. At 19 stone 7, whilst it worked and it was a great plan to employ that extra weight against Deontay Wilder, what Bellew's talking about is normally Tyson looks like he's got great stamina, but normally he's not 19 stone 7. And the one thing that he didn't look to have in the fight against Deontay was great stamina, because he came in heavy, and it was a game plan to get him out of there. So he went for weight, and that affects your stamina. Against Ruiz, AJ thought he was going to be fighting Miller. So I think they'd intentionally gone heavy to fight Miller. And then he didn't have a lot of time to shift that weight safely. If he'd have shifted it in a hurry, his stamina wouldn't have been any better anyway. Because he'd have had to starve himself to do it. So that, if anyone knows anything about cutting weight,
that would have been counterproductive.
Yeah, well, if you starve yourself, it's going to mess your stamina up anyway. So you might be lighter, but you still won't have any stamina, so it's just pointless. When he intentionally came in light, his stamina looked great.
Yes.
Because he'd done it the right way. Yes. So what Tony Bellew is assuming is that AJ's stamina is going to be what we've seen in most of his fights when he's been heavy. But against Parker and against Ruiz in the second fight when he was light, his stamina was fine. Normally, we see Tyson have good stamina, but he doesn't normally come in at 19 stone 7. You know, against Klitschko, he's around 250.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So that's right. I think the weights will tell us a lot about the game plans.
Yeah.
And I think people have got to really understand that when these guys are so big that they can fluctuate weight quite easily, and it will indicate to you what they're looking for. If they're looking for a knockout, or if they're looking to take it deep. And that's a really important point. The second point I was going to make was I don't think Joshua's going to go for an early knockout.
No.
I think I know what he's going to do, but
okay, go on then.
Okay, he got interviewed in Dubai, I think it's pretty much after the Vlad fight.
Yeah.
And he was talking about all his opponents. He hadn't fought Parker. He was talking about fighting Wilder, and he's talking about fighting Tyson Fury. At that point, and he was saying that he felt Tyson was the most difficult out of all of them to fight because he's got good levels of skill.
Yeah.
And Joshua said the best way to beat Tyson is to go to the body.
Yeah, totally.
And I agree with that tactic. Now, if you're going to go to the body, that's not a quick knockout. That's a grind him down and then knock him out.
Yes. Yes.
And nobody likes it to the body. Joshua's shown an ability to go to the body.
Yeah.
And if you want to slow Tyson up, that's the way to do it. The one thing he is going to have to do is work out what he's going to do if Tyson tries to get hold of him.
Yeah, the grappling. Well, we talked about this on Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio, myself and EJ. If you never caught that, myself and EJ, I'm talking to everybody, myself and AJbxng, we did a piece. Maybe I'll look for it and put it up in the permanent comment section. In fact, I will do that. And we did a piece where it talked about inside grappling, where we talked about grappling in boxing. And I think we were talking about Joshua. Yeah, we were. Now I think about it, we were talking about how Joshua needed to work on his grappling. And
well, there's ways to avoid grappling and fight on the inside as well. I mean, if you watch Henry Armstrong, he uses his head position to prevent people from being able to get hold of him, and then he bangs them to the body a lot. And also, we don't know who's going to be the strongest, because for me, in grappling, that's a test of strength. Punching power isn't, but grappling very much is a test of strength.
When I ran my grappling club, when I ran my grappling club, one of the things we drilled every single session, pretty much every single session was stand-up grappling, just stand-up grappling and against the ropes, controlling your opponent in the grappling sense against the ropes. And it's very taxing. It's a very taxing thing. That's why I did it early in the session. But after a while, I remember we had one guy, particularly weak guy, very weak, grown man, but weak, thin and weak. And he was easy to grapple. But as the years went by, he put on some bulk and he gained some strength. He ended up pretty good. So I would say Anthony Joshua not just learn to avoid the grappling Henry Armstrong style with the head positioning, but also learn the head positioning to avoid grappling, but learn grappling, because Tyson Fury is very good at putting that body weight on you.
He is, but what I was going to say was, if you go back and rewatch AJ Vlad, Vlad tried to grapple AJ once and he didn't try and do it again. And there's a reason for that. And it was because AJ was by far the stronger man. Now, if he's carrying that same strength at 16 stone, 13 pounds, I don't know, because he was 18 stone in that particular. But you could still be carrying that strength at that weight. It depends how you've gone down.
Yes.
So weight isn't a direct indicator of strength.
No, it isn't. It is not. Absolutely.
And I'm not saying AJ is stronger than Tyson. I won't know until I see them in the clinches. Then I'll know.
You're saying we're going to find out?
Yeah. When we see him in the clinches, I'll know who the stronger man is.
Oh, yeah. You
100%. But that doesn't necessarily reflect itself in punching power. It's a different thing.
Yeah, that's a different thing. Totally different thing. Okay, so John's recommending that Joshua study the likes of Armstrong, and learn about the head positioning, and also hitting off that. I'm recommending that Joshua bring somebody in. Can bring me in, or somebody like me in, to teach him more about stand-up grappling and how to manipulate your opponent's positioning based off your grappling. as well as the head positioning. Yeah, John.
Are you
Dilly.
familiar with what Henry Armstrong used to use that for, Raf? But I don't want to tell you something you already know.
You use what for? Use what for?
Well, the head positioning was so that he could get right on someone's chest and bang away at the body.
Yeah.
While they couldn't grapple him.
Mm-hmm.
He'd use his shoulders and his upper body, and where his head was, to prevent them from getting their arms around him while he pounded their ribs.
Okay.
Now, if he can do that to Tyson,
Mm.
Tyson's not going to run around for 12 rounds.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, Tyson might try and come forward on him. I don't really know what's going to happen. But
I'm pretty sure, in my opinion, that Tyson is going to use a hit and stick and move technique, but also hit and grab. I think he's going to be mixing it up between hit and move and come in tight and grab him and try and impose his weight on him. I think we're going to see a heavy Tyson. He's going to try and hit and move and also smother him. He's going to mix it up. So he wants Joshua to think he's going to smother him, but he's going to stay long. He wants Joshua to think he's going to stay long, and then he's going to try and smother him. What I say is that Joshua ought to look at this as the smothering thing as almost inevitable, and so part of his game plan has to bear in mind the potential for smothering. He needs to bring the biggest, fattest heavyweights that he can find in the world.
I think Joe Joyce would be good for that.
Joe
Joyce, a lot of times. Joe Joyce is a very big guy.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, but I want somebody heavier. I want somebody actually physically the mass. I don't want just the weight. I'm talking about the actual mass, the girth of Fury, because you can have somebody slimmer than Fury who is just as heavy as him. So I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about just the weight. I'm talking about the actual girth of the man. Actually having a big old brute of a man to get your arms around, to feel the girth, get your arms around and to move him. So I think girth is a factor here, not just weight.
Okay. So he needs some sort of, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing I would say, Raf, is I don't think Tyson can move in the way that you're talking about if he's weighing 19 stone 7 pounds. I don't think we're going to see Tyson on the fly sticking and moving, doing at that weight.
I see what you're saying, yeah.
Because normally when he's fought with those tactics, he's been around the 250, 260 mark. And I don't think that amount of weight's going to trouble AJ.
Interesting.
To be frank, because AJ's got a good power to weight ratio.
Yes, he has.
There's no question there. And Vlad was a master grappler. And I mean, Vlad was only 243 or something like that, wasn't he, in their fight?
Right, that's right, yeah.
He was light. So, I mean, that might have affected Vlad's ability to manhandle AJ. And so Tyson would have an advantage at 250, but still, it'll be interesting.
It's going to be interesting. Fury, I see. Yeah, I think Fury. It's going to be like you say, like we said before. It's going to depend on the weight of each boxer is going to tell us. Is going to give us a clue. He's going to give us a clue about what their potential game plan might be. So that's definitely something to look out for. I mean, we're looking into the future, we're projecting into the future. This is, having said that, I mean, we're in the second half now, or coming up to the second half now of 2020. So is 2021 really that far away? We know Joshua's got to take care of Pulev. We know that Fury has got to take care of Wilder second time around. I don't see any problems there. For Fury, I think Joshua will take care of Pulev. So then that takes us into 2021. And I think that with Dillian Whyte initiating the legal proceedings, I think what's going to happen is that Fury is going to have to fight him in the first half of 2021 if he's not made franchise. And we know that Bob Arum wants him to be franchised. We know that Bob Arum wanted Lomachenko to be franchised, and Lomachenko became franchise. we know that Bob Arum has indicated that if Dillian White pushes it, then he'll pretty much force Fury to become a franchise. So I think I can take Bob at his word on that. If Fury beats Deontay Wilder, expect Fury to be franchised, to be made franchise.
I've got quite a big counter to that, Raf.
Okay, hold on a second though. Expect Fury to be franchised, and then Dillian White, they're not going to make it easy for him. They're not going to announce Dillian White as the WBC champ. No, they're going to give him a fight. Who are they going to pick? I don't think Deontay Wilder is going to fight him. I don't think Deontay Wilder would accept the fight with Dillian White to become champion again. I don't think he'd do it. I really don't. So who then does Dillian White fight? Because I don't think they're going to give him a pass. I don't think they're going to make him champ. I'm not sure he'd want to be made champ. I think he'd probably want to fight for it. So who would he fight then? That's a hell of a question. But I don't think it would be Deontay Wilder, because I don't think he'd accept it. John D. Lee.
If they make Tyson Fury franchise champion, AJ Tyson is not the undisputed fight, which I think it then loses a lot of shine for AJ.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And then so they're basically losing more money than they can cope with if they do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're talking about the biggest purses in the history of boxing, aren't we, for this?
In which case, you say that, and we've said it before, in which case, if that's the case, if Tyson, and it makes sense, if Tyson Fury accepts franchise or gets franchise or becomes franchise, then that takes away that, like you say, that takes away from the undisputed, because it's not really undisputed. Some people say it's still undisputed, but another man will hold the belt. Another man will hold the belt, and that man will.
The whole point of undisputed is there's no one who can dispute that you're the number one.
Right.
Now, if Dillian's got the WBC belt, that is a dispute. You know, there's somebody else in the division who can call themselves a champion.
Yeah.
Whatever you think about how good he is as a champion is irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
It's not undisputed.
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, you can't lose a franchise championship in the ring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So AJ's not fighting for Tyson's belt anyway.
Haha. So what does he get? What does he get?
He just keeps his own belts. So why is AJ not going to make the in-house fight with Dillian?
Yeah. And and then Fury's not 50-50. Fury's not 50-50 because he's bringing less to the table.
Exactly. So I actually think they're going to fight him.
So in that analysis, now that we've chopped it up like that, then it would make more sense for Tyson Fury, after beating Deontay Wilder, which I fully expect him to do. It would make more sense for Tyson Fury to hold on to the WBC strap, fight Dillian White in the first half of 2021, and then the table's set for, and then while he's fighting Dillian White, Anthony Joshua's fighting Alexander Usyk in the first half of 2021.
Or Derek
Chisora. So Anthony Joshua is then fighting one of those guys. He's a WBO mandatory, who at the moment is Alexander Usyk. But if he fights Chisora and Chisora wins, then obviously that becomes a Chisora. But most people are thinking it's going to be Usyk, so let's stick with Usyk for the argument's sake. So Anthony Joshua fights Usyk after beating Pulev. If he beats Pulev, then he fights Usyk. If he beats Usyk, then that takes him into the second half of 2021. In the first half of 2021, Tyson Fury should be fighting Dillian White. If the legal thing goes through nicely, Tyson Fury will be fighting Dillian White, and if he doesn't accept franchise. Now, we have the second half of 2021, where Tyson Fury is the WBC champion of the Ring magazine belt holder, and Anthony Joshua is the WBA, WBO, IBF, IBO belt holder, unified champion. And that means in the second half of 2021, ladies and gentlemen, we will have an undisputed heavyweight champion. You heard it here on Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio, John D. Lee.
And think about it. If they've cleared out Pulev and Usyk and Dillian White and Wilder again, when those two fight, who's going to question the winner's the best in the division?
Who's going to question it? Nobody can. Nobody can
It's,
question it.
you can't question it, can you?
No.
It's unquestioned. It just isn't. So, whilst it's further away, is better. Even if it ends up being Povetkin versus, I don't know, Pulev, which could happen.
Yeah.
I mean, it probably isn't really what anyone wants to happen.
What do you mean, Povetkin versus Pulev? Oh,
well, if Povetkin beats Dillian White,
yeah,
Pulev beats AJ,
but then it would use
Povetkin beats
they give him time.
Tyson Fury, and Pulev beats Usyk. They would be the undisputed, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that'll happen, but if everyone gets beat, however it happens, we get a genuine undisputed fight at the end of it.
Yes. So come what may, by the second half of 2021, ladies and gentlemen, I think we could be looking at the players out like I think he's going to play out. We will be looking at a unified, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. How sweet it is. It's not going to be that long away. How sweet that would be. Okay, Ebbs, African friend. That's why Tyson is avoiding the body snatcher, the body shots. Interesting proposition. Body shots.
I think it's another reason.
Yeah, the body shots will let us know whether a weight lifter's body or a Fabi body holds up. What was you going to say, John?
Well, actually, if you go back to the Wallin fight and you watch other fights by Tyson's susceptible to left hands.
Yes.
And that's a very good reason to avoid Dillian White.
That's a good reason to avoid it. Yeah, for sure. Not just the body, but the left hand. But talking about Wallin went down to the body. Wallin worked.
Oh yeah, he did. No, I'm not.
Fury's body. I'm just bringing the comparison about the body work. Wallin got good success with the body work before he cut Tyson, and then he changed his game plan. He went head happy, and that's where he messed up. But Wallin was having good success to Tyson Fury's body. We can't forget that.
No, I mean, like I pointed out for AJ, going to Tyson's body is always going to be a good idea because
it's going to pay dividends.
Tyson's not. He might be able to throw hurtful punches, but he's not a knockout artist.
No.
So you need to press him and hurt him to the body. Just otherwise, you're going to be eating jabs all night.
Yes.
And no one's got a reach advantage on him.
No.
So you need to be able to parry. You need to be able to get inside, rip his body apart. And if you can throw some left hooks in there to his head as well at the same time, you know, for me, that's the way to beat Tyson. Now, I don't think it's an easy thing to do, you know, because I don't think Tyson was taking Otto Wallin seriously.
Yeah, that's true. Fuzzy says AJ is going to beat Fury. Trust me. Tyson's two best wins are Bum and the guy who didn't punch back. Yeah, that's true. AJ goes to war if he wants, and we have seen that he can box. Indeed he can. We're coming to the end of this thing. AJ's jab beats anyone's. Who's got? Well, no, I mean, surely Fury's the best jabber in the game. Is he?
No.
Okay.
No.
Fury's not the best heavyweight jabber.
No. So Fury is the best at one type of jab, which is the Ali type of jab with no real pop on it. AJ's got a better stiff jab. And AJ hooks nicely off the jab as well. Very nicely. So Fury's got an excellent scoring jab that's fast, and he's got tremendous reach. So those are great attributes.
Yeah.
But when have you ever seen him really hurt someone with a jab?
That's a good point.
He hasn't got a stiff jab.
That's a good point.
Even if you go back and watch Wilder 2, Tyson Fury's punching technique is poor.
Yeah.
He doesn't have good. I mean, someone had him in sparring the other day, and he's just flicking his wrist into his jabs. Now, Tyson got the benefit of having all that weight behind it, so it probably does hurt. But if Tyson had a stiff jab, I believe he'd be a better boxer.
The stiff jab. The stiff jab. Tyson's got. I think I've got some of Tyson's jabbing. I think I've got some of Tyson's
nothing
jabbing.
wrong with mixing it up and doing both types of jabs. See, yeah, that's the one I'm on about. See, he's just flicking his wrist.
Yeah, it's gonna come up again. It's gonna come up again. It's gonna be intermittent.
No, that is not a good jab to me. That's not a good jab. I'm sorry.
Damn, Tyson, what you doing?
And that is how he throws it, though.
Put your gloves on properly, mate.
I mean, for me, that is not a technically good jab. And Tyson isn't a technically good puncher. What he is he's got tremendously good footwork and an incredible ring IQ.
Yeah, he's
very good at reading his opponents.
Very much so. Very much.
And he's the biggest out of all of them.
Yeah, he's biggest and longest.
Yeah, so he's got a lot going for him, but his punching technique's poor.
Yeah. So who's got the best jab at heavyweight, do you reckon?
Pulev's got a good jab. AJ's got a good jab. There aren't that many good jabbers at the moment. There's a lot of hookers.
There's not that many good jabbers.
There's a lot of hookers.
Come on, John. There's no need for that, surely.
I don't know what's up with Rafi. I think he's been stuck in the house too long.
Stuck in the house too long.
He's got a one-trap mind today.
OMG.
It's all coming out now, Raf.
It's all coming out now, mate. The secret's out. What is
in terms of people with a good jab, AJ has got a good jab.
Yeah.
Dillion's actually got a pretty decent jab. He showed it against Oscar Rivas.
He's got a decent jab. I still believe he's off Sonny Liston's. I still believe that.
I know he's got a good jab. Dubois. Daniel Dubois has got a good jab.
He's got a good jab. I was thinking of him. I
like Daniel's jab, and if he keeps working on it, that could be a tremendous weapon. The only problem for Daniel is he hasn't got a lot of length. He's only got a 78-inch reach.
Yeah.
Which is an issue. I mean, it's not always an issue. Joe Louis got a good jab. He was never particularly long.
Subskrilla's come up with a point here. So you think they then scrap the Fury fight if he goes franchise? Yeah, I think so. Fury's not going to like the split. Fury's not going to like the split because if Fury drops the WBC, well, there's a couple of problems. If Fury drops the WBC belt, then one, he's not the WBC champion anymore. Joshua can't win Fury's franchise championship. So what does he come to the belt? What does he come to the game with? What does Fury bring to the game if he's not the WBC champion?
The title he's putting on the line is the Ring magazine.
The Ring magazine.
So that isn't lineal. That's not the lineal.
No. That's why I said the Ring magazine rather than lineal.
No, I mean Fury's claim on the lineal's not
legit. I know.
I'm addressing the chat, Raf, not you.
I got you. So what does Fury bring to the table? He just brings a Ring magazine belt, not the WBC. So then Joshua's still got to go and get the WBC belt from White, from Dillian White.
Well, who's to say he doesn't prioritize that anyway?
Yeah, and he might prioritize that.
He can freeze Fury out a bit. I mean, Fury's played all these games.
Fury's played a lot of games.
Josh is walking around with all the belts, and you want 50-50.
Yeah. Joshua.
Because Joshua beat the guy you dropped the belt for.
Yeah. But there's still going to be
a massive duck.
Yeah, but there's still going to be arguments that but Fury hasn't lost. He's lineal. He's still lineal. He hasn't lost.
Yeah, but is he worth 50-50?
Oh no, hell no.
So if he's not worth 50-50,
he's not going to take less than 50-50. When he doesn't have the WBC belt, he's going to have to take less than 50-50. And does Fury then walks away from the fight, Fuzzy? Fury walks away from the fight because his pride. I think his pride's hurt. Joshua's success. His pride's hurt, and he wants 50-50, and he's not going to get 50-50. He doesn't deserve 50-50 if he drops the WBC. So Fury walks away from the fight. Fury walks away from. If Fury walks away from Dillian White after he beats Deontay Wilder. If Fury walks away from Dillian White after he beats Deontay Wilder, he's also walking away from the Joshua fight, in my humble estimation. John,
he's also chucking away all the work he's done. I mean, wasn't the whole reason that he went off to get the belt off Wilder in the first place, so that when he goes to the table with AJ, he can get 50-50 without any trouble?
Yeah.
Because Tyson's a smart guy. Mm-hmm. He was offered to fight at Wembley against AJ, and he turned it down.
Yeah.
He was offered a flat fee, but Hearn claims, I don't know how accurate Hearn's claims are, that it was equivalent to 40%. And he didn't want that.
Yeah, that's right.
So he's gone off, he's fought Wilder, he's beat him, fair play. He deserves 50-50.
Yeah.
But if he ducks Dillian White, then, does he still deserve it after ducking Dillian White and chucking the belt away?
Well, hell no. Hell to the no. To the no. Scrap the Fury fight if White becomes WBC champ, because that is undisputed, yeah. And that's what AJ is chasing, yeah. Fury, after that, it's his own stupid fault. Yes, 100%. So Fury, we figured something out here. Fury must fight Dillian White in the first half of 2021 to get to the undisputed fight. He must do that, because I don't think if Dillian White's legal pursuits bear fruit, I don't think he'll be able to just sidestep Dillian White. Hold on a second, though. There's a fly in the ointment. Don't they say that undisputed trumps mandatories, or unification mandatories?
No, it depends. That's never held weight with the IBF. And hasn't Mauricio said that Dillian's got to have his mandatory by February next year?
Yeah, he said that. He's
come out and said it, and I think part of the reason he's come out and said it was legal proceedings must have already started by then. Because Mauricio's going to know about them before we do.
Mauricio's the one who broke the news. He told us.
Yeah. But also, not long before that, he was making statements about how Dillian's got to have his title fight before February of 2021.
Well, he's scheduled for that time, yeah.
No, Mauricio came out and said that's got to happen.
Okay. So, but to me, Mauricio leaves himself wiggle room, because he could come back and say, "Oh, but the unification for undisputed, the WBC recognizes the importance to the sporting fans around the world that they need. The public have spoken, and
if he does that, no one's going to complain, though, are they?
If he does that, nobody's going to complain, are they? No. But I hope Dillian White is successful and he gets his shot, because surely the man deserves it.
Well, I've got such mixed feelings about it. He turned down an offer to fight at Wembley for 3 fights.
You did 3 fights? What do you mean 3? Oh yeah.
Sorry, 3 belts. 3 belts.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So Dillian's been playing games as well. Dillian wanted to go to the table talking about 50-50 with the WBC belt, which is fine. I've got no problem with Dillian wanting to do that, but it hasn't worked out for him.
Yeah.
And he made those decisions to do that, knowing that he had messages from Wilder long before he was offered the fight with AJ, saying that he didn't have to fight him for 2 years.
Yeah.
So if you play political games and you miscalculate, it's your own fault. You don't cry if you lose money on the betting table, do you?
You won't cry if what? Sorry.
So if you put all your money on black on the roulette table and you lose your money, it's not the table's fault, is it?
No.
So that's kind of like where I am with it. I mean, I don't think the WBC have treated Dillian fairly, but he's not a complete victim in this. He was trying. His reason for turning the AJ fights was he didn't like the split.
Yeah, IBT is questioning your assessment on Fury's jab,
Well, if he likes that jab technique, then you that's fine. That's in my opinion. If you want to see a good jab, go and watch people like Sonny Liston.
Yeah.
Sonny Liston has an excellent jab. That's what I would class as a good jab.
Yeah.
What Tyson is displaying there,
yeah.
in my opinion, is not. And if you disagree, that's fine. I'm quite comfortable.
The link is in the chat. Boom, boom, boom. There you go, IBT. Link's in the chat. You can come and we can chop it up. We can chop up Tyson Fury's jab. Link is in the chat, my dear fellow.
He wants to be quick though, because I'm cooking my tea.
Yeah. I gotta get out as well. I gotta get out before I get my tea. We got like about 3 minutes.
You got 3 minutes to explain to me how that's a better jab than Sonny Liston's jab.
Yeah. So you got 3 minutes. Get in here and let's chop it up, my friend. We got quick fire round. Quick fire round. That's all we can do because this thing has gone away.
I've always been told and taught that it's a piston up and down. If you're going to throw those fast double, triple jabs, don't flick them from the wrist.
Yeah.
You move your arm up and down and just turn it over at the end.
Move your arm up and down, turn it over.
Yeah, like a piston.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you want to throw a stiff jab, then you step into it and you get your whole shoulder behind it and you turn your hand over. And Tyson's not doing either those two things. 100. If you're going to throw a jab from the hip, you still want to get it to a straight arm. You're not flicking it from the wrist.
Yeah.
You go low and you straight your arm like a stiff jab. He's not doing any of them.
Yeah. He's not doing any of that. He's not doing the basic fundamentals. He's not doing it. He's not doing the basic.
I think I know where he's learned it, but I don't know what Rafi and talk about
that. Add to the stream. Hello. How are you? What happened there? Was that GB? Was it GBT?
I don't know who that was.
Was GBT?
It wasn't his avatar.
I don't know who that was. Glovegate. Look at the glove.
yeah, but he uses those horsehair gloves, Ralph.
The horsehair gloves, that's true.
And he's got massive hands.
Yeah.
So, we just see them fluff around.
They just flop around like that. Aaron Daly up in the building. Shout out to Ralph, always providing that great content consistently. Much appreciated. Try to do the best over here at Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. We've pretty much come to the end of the show. I've run way over. It's supposed to be 1 hour, but we got into it. Where's Troy? I'm gonna have a t-shirt made up. Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. And it's gonna have the slogan, Where's Troy? Okay, so going to get through these last few comments. WBC will be paying Dillian dollars if they mess up in the law courts. I'm glad that Dillian took those steps. Still needs a match versus WBC champ regardless if he turned down AJ. Yeah. The flick is just a distraction. It's just an illusion. Okay, so you know what? When on earth did I ever say that he was better than Listons? I don't know who said that. Freddie Mars up in the building. Frank the French up in the building. Okay, it was an unscheduled one. It was an impromptu one because we're going live tonight at 9 p.m. UK time, 4 p.m. Eastern time, and 1 p.m. over there in the Wild Wild West.
I've stopped calling you the working man, Ralph.
Say that again?
I've just stopped calling you the working man.
The working man.
Yeah, you're always on.
Always doing it.
Putting that grind on for the people.
I'm grinding. Well, I gotta have another t-shirt made saying "Embrace the grind." That's one of my favorite saying. Comes from wrestling. When you just keep on going, you think you're tired, and you just keep on applying the pressure. I think that term is very close to my heart. Embrace the grind. Embrace the grind. It is good for you. And with that, John D. Lee, we've come to the end of an impromptu one. And I think we've come up to some conclusions. I'm hungry. I'm tired. I need to eat something. I need to rest before we go 9 p.m. UK time with Junior Jones. 2-time world champion beat Marco Antonio Barrera, the same guy who made Prince Nassim look silly over there in Vegas. Yeah, we got him on tonight. Be kind enough to come on tonight at 9 p.m. UK time, 4 p.m. over there, East Coast, 1 p.m. over there in the West. And we've concluded over here. We've come to some conclusions that, besides the main topic, saying that PPV, expect PPV to be in the price range. The Joshua versus Fury PPV, expect that to be in the price range of £29 to £50. I've come to the conclusion it's going to be, expect the figure to be £35. Expect it to be £35. I tried to get on, but I failed. Well, you was here. You were here, and then you disappeared. But no problem. Never mind. You can always jump on another time. Always good to have fresh opinions up in the building. And we've come to the conclusion that, yeah, I say it's going to be about £35, the PPV, Joshua versus Fury 1. And I think we've also come to the conclusion over here that Tyson Fury cannot duck Dillian White after he has beat Deontay Wilder. He can't duck Dillian White in the first quarter of 2020, in the first half of 2021. He's got to have that WBC strap around his waist in order to make the Anthony Joshua in the second half of 2021, in order to make that for undisputed. So we've chopped it up. Makes perfect sense. Fury cannot duck Dillian White in the first half of 2020. Can't do it. Just can't do it. Yeah, John Dealey, any further observations before we close this thing out?
No. I'm tempted to say a few things, but I'm not going to wind people up. Thanks for having me on, Rav.
Okay, so that was John Dealey. Much appreciation goes out to John Dealey. And yeah, we're going on later tonight. You know all the details. Smash all of the good buttons, the like button, the subscribe button, and for sure, follow me on Twitter. And for sure, share the video on all social media platforms. It's the Raphael Dawkins, it's the Combat Radio, it's the like, it's the subscribe, it's the comments, it's the shares, and it is the hitting that bell icon to stay updated with news and notifications. And see you tonight. We are out. Blessed.